on mute because of the road noise.
Okay, thank you, Lee.
Susan, I do apologize. We don't have Bob yet, but we do have quorum.
Okay, thank you. All right, are we all set?
We are set.
Good afternoon and welcome to the City of Albany Industrial Development Agency monthly meeting. This is our IDA regular board meeting. Today is Thursday, March 17th at 12:15. We will begin by noting that all members of the board are present with the exception of Bob Schofield, and also Anthony Gaddy is excused. We will take a motion, please, to accept the reading and approve the minutes of the board meeting of February 17th. And given that these were previously distributed in the same motion, we'd like to take into consideration that we will waive the official reading of the minutes. Thank you, Darius. Second.
Second.
Thank you, Lee. All in favor?
Aye.
The minutes of the meeting of February 17th, 2022 are approved. We'll move on to the next item of business, which is the report of our Chief Financial Officer. And we'll actually entertain a financial report from Amy Thompson.
Good afternoon.
Hi,
For
Amy.
February, the IDA had $8,000 in agency fees from home leasing and $1,500 in interest income. Expenses listed are 2022 budgeted and board approved expenses. As of February, the IDA is projecting $3.9 million in cash.
Thank you, Amy. Any comments or questions on that from the board members or from staff? Tom, anything to add to that? All right. Great. Then we will move on to unfinished business. We have none unless anyone has anything they'd like to raise from past meetings. And if not, we'll move to new business and we'll begin with the lofts at Pine Hills. This is to approve extension of approving resolution at the lofts for the lofts at Pine Hills LLC project. We'll take a motion to bring this to the table. Darius, thank you. Do we have a second?
Second.
Okay, I think that was Lee. Any discussion on this or anything that staff would like to bring up? We have discussed this at a number of prior meetings. Everyone should be pretty familiar with the project and what the intention is. Tom, you want to give us a quick?
I could just ask Andy to give a summary of the request.
Sure. Just as a recap, in March of 2021, the agency approved sales tax, mortgage according tax, and real property tax abatements for this project through the project evaluation and assistance framework. The project originally proposed to construct an approximate 125,000 square foot mixed use residential commercial retail structure with about 97 market rate apartment units and approximately 6,000 square feet of commercial retail space on the ground floor. Due to site conditions, the developer needed to re-examine the scope of the project with an amended, which is expected to be slightly smaller project submitted to the planning board for approvals. We expect as staff to review this amended project in detail and seek any potential future board input in the coming months. In the meantime, the applicant has requested a 9-month extension of the existing approval in place through the end of this year as they continue to refine the project.
Thank you, Andy. Do we have any other comments from board members, questions? If not, we will take a vote on a resolution approving an extension of the expiration date relating to the approving resolution adopted by the City of Albany Industrial Development Agency with respect to a commercial project for the lofts at Pine Hills LLC. All in favor, please say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Abstentions? The motion carries. Thank you. We'll move to item B on new business, which is our annual reporting. We have reviewed at the Audit and Finance Committee all of these documents. And we'll start by taking a vote on the review and to accept the draft 2021 financial statements and audit results.
I'll make the motion if you need one.
Thank you, Darius. Second, please.
I'll second.
Thank you. Any additional comments, questions, or concerns about this, about the financial statements and audit results? Okay, if
No,
not, we'll take a vote. All in favor, please say aye.
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 Opposed? Any abstentions? Okay, the motion carries. We have approved the 2021 financial statements and audit results. We can take the next 5 together. This will be a review and accept draft 2021 audit annual report, review and accept draft 2021 procurement report, review and accept draft 2021 investment report, review and accept draft 2021 mission statement and performance measures, and review and accept management assessment of the effectiveness of internal controls. These have also been reviewed at Audit and Finance, and some are in some final draft forms with some minor changes for final approval, but we are in a good position right now to accept these drafts. Do we have a motion, please?
So moved.
Thank you, Darius. Second.
Second.
Thank you, Joe. Any other questions, concerns, or comments on these drafts?
Susan, if I could, just for the record for the board meeting, I know you mentioned it, but I want to be abundantly clear, particularly for the draft 2021 annual report. That is our annual PARIS, the Public Authorities Reporting Information System report that we provide, and it does go project by project through all of the actively reporting projects at the Industrial Development Agency. As you mentioned, you all have reviewed both the draft PARIS report in its totality, as well as a deep dive into the jobs reporting related to each of those projects at a number of previous meetings, both finance committee meetings as well as audit committee meetings. Again, you've seen the full draft annual report. I keep saying the word draft, and I'm appreciative that you keep using the word draft as well, because staff has been working diligently to ensure that those the reports, particularly the compliance reporting for our active projects, are accurate and up to date. And we will still be working through those through the end of the month. They are due to the state at the end of March, and we will be on time and complete with those. Again, staff has done a really tremendous job chasing everything down. I particularly want to highlight Emma and Andy on their work with each of those individual project sponsors to be able to bring in all of the forms and job reporting. And thank you to the board as well. That is a hefty document to review, and I appreciate the line by line that you all have done. You do take job reporting in particular very seriously. We're very appreciative of that. And again, those draft reports are up online for the public to view.
Thank you, Sarah. Yes, it has been gone very smoothly this year with each of the successive meetings at which we've reviewed these. We've seen the changes and the additional information that has come in, but it really was a very smooth process this year, and these documents are in great shape for our final submission. So thank you. All right, any other comments, questions? If not, we will take a vote to review and accept these drafts and reports. All in favor, please say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Any abstentions? Okay, motion is carried. The reports are accepted. We are moving on to other business now. We'll start with an agency update, please.
Sure, I have a few pieces here. First, it was made official today that New York State will be allowing open public meetings to remain virtual or hybrid through April 15th. And so we will ensure that we are cooperating with the current requirements of the open meetings law, whatever those may be, throughout the year. So we'll continue to track that. We have also been told that the state is considering modifying some of the language in public meetings law, and so we'll keep apprised of that too, to see what the future holds for us on remote meetings going forward. But we are prepared to continue in a hybrid model. We're prepared to continue fully remote, and we're prepared to continue completely in person if necessary. So we've got contingency plans for everything, but we're good through April 15th at this point. I'd also like to just report out to the board that board member Bob Schofield has alerted the chair and myself to a potential upcoming conflict that's being reviewed by council currently. So just notifying the board of that. I bring that up mostly as a reminder that we do take conflicts of interest very seriously here at the IDA. And so if you do have anything that you're even considering may come up in the future, please do feel free to reach out to us or to council directly on those for review. And pending the outcome of that review and our discussions, there may be additional discussion at the board level at a future date. In addition to that, I think one other piece that I have, unless Tom tells me I'm missing something, which I very well may be at this point, I did want to report back on a recent Planning, Economic Development, and Land Use Committee meeting at the Common Council. We'll talk more about the CRC side at the CRC meeting. But the committee did meet regarding the proposed legislation at the city level on inclusionary zoning and new requirements for affordable housing for projects, residential projects over 20 units in the city of Albany. I was able to attend that meeting and hear more about the intention of that legislation, and had also been there to be able to field questions related to our local real estate market and the potential effects of the proposed legislation. So that committee is going to be discussing that further. There may be a role for the Industrial Development Agency to play in some market assessment to assist the council with their deliberations on that topic. You know, we're certainly keeping track of that because it would impact really all of the multifamily projects that we're doing as an organization, and preliminary financial analysis shows that it would probably also impact the amount of pilot assistance that would be necessary per project as well in order for the project to pencil out and move forward. So we are really focused on that. We'll bring additional information back to the Finance Committee next month. I do believe that they are looking to schedule another Planning, Economic Development, and Land Use Committee meeting as early as next week to discuss the matter further. So as I have more news, we'll get more news. And if we are asked to do that analysis, I'll bring that back as well. Obviously, if there's a procurement involved, we'll be dealing with that as the agency as well.
Thank you, Sarah.
Tom, did I miss anything?
The only thing I was going to note was the NYSEDC had released the date of their virtual spring IDA Academy, which is April 12th from 9 to 4:30. That does include ABO training. So for the new board members, if you haven't gone through that training yet, it's a good opportunity to get the training, but also hear different panel discussions that they have on issues facing IDAs throughout the state.
And is that being held in Albany, Tom?
It's a virtual,
Virtual?
yeah.
Great.
So we'll forward around, the information on that after the meeting.
Good. Thank you. Anything else on agency update? Next item of business is a compliance update. We've been doing a lot of compliance lately, but it seems the end is in sight.
We have, and I'll just note, following the submission to the Paris report, we'll update our website with those documents. And then in addition, if there's any outstanding financial disclosure information, we'll be reaching out to members individually. But I think we're pretty much there at this point. So thank you, everyone.
Thank you, Tom. And again, that's a cycle that never ends. Our compliance work is ongoing, but we are in good shape to meet all deadlines to have all reporting done in a appropriate time this year. Thank you. All right. Any other business that anyone would like to bring up? If not, I'll call for a motion to adjourn.
So moved.
Thank you, Darius. Second.
Second.
Thank you, Joe. All in favor, say aye. Aye.
Aye.
We are adjourned at 12:31. Thank you, everybody. Will we be staying on?